I spent about 20 hours watching acoustic YouTube speech videos. I think I figured out how to do this whole senior speech thing. There's a formula. First you start with your first interaction with the senior, then you add in some witty quips about their mannerisms, and then you end with a witty, warming conclusion about what you're going to miss when they're gone. So because the acoustics are incessantly obsessed with blindly adhering to traditions, so the first time I ever saw Audrey Huelsbeck was in the fall of 2014. I was nervous as hell, and as I entered the room that was booming with top 40 hits that I will soon learn are a mandatory audition ritual, I saw her, standing in the corner with a combination of a scowl and a smirk. I like to call her Smowl. It was Audrey. I don't remember what she had on, but I can almost guarantee with almost 100% accuracy that she was wearing her signature denim and eyeliner as dark as Jaeger. Her overwhelming hipsterness was a slap in the face to the sea of vineyard vines I swam through those first couple weeks of college. My first thought was, whoa, she is too cool for school. There is no way she would talk to a plebeian like me. And yet, as she walked over and flashed a smile, her hard shell cracked into 1,000 pieces, and her Pacific Northwestern vibes calmed me down. We bonded over the fact that we were both from states west of the Mississippi, where hippies and hipsters grow on trees. That night, when I was trying to decide which callback to go to, I kept flashing back to that first impression of Audrey's overwhelming cool aura. I realized instead of the nauseating conformity of other a cappella groups, Bostonians, I wanted something different. And that was all embodied in Audrey. Now, what is the next part of the formula for a senior speech? I guess it's the mannerisms section. So I'll now outline the 5 ways in which Audrey is funny. Number 1.
There are 5.
No, this doesn't feel right. If I'm going to give a speech for Audrey Huelsbeck, I have to give it in her essence, and she is not one for formulas. Much like her poetry, she derives her own formula and deviates from the norm. Audrey does not color between the lines. In fact, she snaps the crayon in half and writes, "Fuck the patriarchy" across it. See, Audrey doesn't do half measures. Whether it's being the queen of the rat by spending every minute of her waking life in the basement of lions, or coming to greet me at 3 a.m. in a feather boa and a tutu, Audrey squeezes everything she can out of life. She rejects what other people want her to be, refusing to be confined to a formula, and lives the life that is unequivocally hers. Her presence can be intimidating to people who are uncomfortable in their own skin and envy her authenticity, but she is an inspiration to everyone who has the privilege of getting to know her. Apparently, Audrey Hollaback Girl has grown quite a bit since "Everybody Hates the Sophomores," and back when she would hide behind the infamous mask of bangs. But my impression is that it was Audrey's authenticity of breaking the formula. While surrounded by annoyingly chipper a cappella singers, because let's face it, most of us are annoyingly chipper a cappella singers, Audrey stayed true to herself and moved at her own pace. While she retains that calm, collected spirit, she's now more apt to cuddle with you at rehearsal than she previously was. She'll even grind on Alfred if she feels like it. And while the acoustics may have inspired her to break through her shell a little bit, she also inspired the acoustics to be more genuine and break the formula more than we have before. She allowed this entire group to be more comfortable embracing our weird side, and make it okay if we want to do a sound circle and freestyle in the middle of rehearsal, or go to IHOP at 3 a.m. on movement day. Audrey's authenticity was exemplified in her reign as president. Under her visionary leadership, the acoustics became one cohesive body. Audrey Huelsbeck, we are better now that you're here. I look forward to each and every rehearsal because I know my best friends will all be in one place where I can be myself through and through. I credit Audrey with cultivating this inviting atmosphere. Despite the tyrannical prowl of an evil janitor, my home away from home became Stokes 145 or 117 or 135? Well, I'll check the group me. Audrey leads in extraordinary fashion, ensuring we're on task and productive, but more importantly, that we take time to reassess and reconnect with what it means to be a stick. We went apple picking because of Audrey, one of my favorite memories of all time in the group, and looking back, it was probably the start of my current apple addiction. This week, during the stress of Hell Week, Audrey had the brilliant idea to do a bonding exercise where we all shared our favorite acoustics memories and what it meant to be a part of this incredible group. The exercise reminded us all how important it is we remember why we are here, that we are a part of a grand family made up of generations of acoustics before us whose tumultuous journeys allowed us to be here today. In her typical fashion, she broke the formula of precedent so that the group as a whole functioned in love and harmony. More than anything, Audrey has been a steadfast friend and a lifeline for me. She listens attentively in any crisis and will be at your side at a moment's notice. She extends this support to every single member of the acoustics, being a source of light and comfort, especially for new members. She simultaneously breaks and reinforces the formula of friendship by being the most loyal, gentle, compassionate, and understanding friend one can have in his life. I am so thankful I've gotten to truly know Audrey over these past 2 years, and I know we will continue to write each other and dive deeper into friendship, as Audrey often does. Audrey Huelsbeck breaks formulas in every aspect of her life, because at her core, Audrey is a poet. And unlike most poets who confine their poetry to the page, her literary beauty exudes in every bit of her humanity. Every second of her life is a dedication to living more fully, which she pens with the careful thought of an artist. Every single person in Audrey's life is left touched by her beautiful mind. We feel her words sink into our skin long after she has left the room. She is the epitome of what an acoustic should be. She is weird, funny, kind-hearted, and of course, talented. God, you can feel the raw emotion each time she opens her mouth. The way she communicates beauty through singing is awe-inspiring. I cannot tell you how sad I am that Audrey Huelsbeck is graduating. This is not the end, though. And I hope to everything that is good under heaven that she returns to campus next year for every show and for the occasional 3 a.m. IHOP run. Audrey has taught me, well, has taught all of us, to remember why we are here, but also to break the formula. Snap a crayon in half, wear a feather boa and a tutu, cuddle on the floor. Audrey both embodies the acoustics and pushes us to be more. So I strive each and every day to personify that smiling, denim-clad, dark as Jaeger eyelining wearing hipster. Because as much as I love Alfred, when I think of the acoustics, I think of Audrey Huelsbeck.